See a totally different break-off shot there from Mark Selby. It's not a bad finish either. He's clipped off them just with centre ball striking instead of the usual lots of side and swinging the cue ball around the angles. But just look where that's finished.
Foul and miss. Mark Selby 4.
Well, the miss has been called, but he won't take it because obviously there was a pot on.
One.
Well, again, it's going to be one of those. He pots this, splits the other 4, and this way might be over pretty rapid if he gets this one right. Well, he's lost a cue ball. Unless he takes the black onto the centre, he's going to have to play a safety shot here. Just a little bit too much bat spin.
Brown ball. Mark Selby 9.
Mark Selby clearly among the favourites here, but of course Mark Davis is defending champion, and he won it last year for the second time. He'd won it originally in Ireland, Killarney, and last year came through again, beat Sean Murphy in the final. So Mark Davis in Group A. Interesting to see how he gets on this week. Judd Trump's here, Neil Robertson, Sean Murphy, Steve Maguire, Stuart Bingham, John Higgins, Ricky Walden, Barry Hawkins. So some real big hitters have made the trip. Plus a couple of veterans as well, Steve Davis, Jimmy White, and of course James Watanabe, Thailand's greatest ever player. You can just see him on the poster there in the background.
That could be costly. Just caught the red a little bit on the thin side, catching the black. And Mark already with a 13-point lead here.
One.
Obviously, we keep saying it's a much quicker game. We've not been playing too long. All of a sudden, getting towards the end of the 4th frame.
I think what 6 reds is good for is getting particularly young people involved in snooker. Not everyone wants to play a 15 red frame, which might take best part of an hour if you're just starting off, but this is a good way to, I think, learn the rudiments of snooker.
6.
Well, he still needs the other red.
11.
He's gone to try and nudge it.
12.
Unlucky. Just hoping to push it over that middle pocket. Now he's got the problem. I thought he might sort of play on the blue, possibly the double. There's some of the dignitaries here in Bangkok. Part of the team that put this event together. And all the lads, they enjoy coming out to Thailand, Dave, don't they? You know, they are. The hospitality is second to none, really.
Well, it's a very friendly place, you know, and it's a bit more relaxing, certainly than some of the big ranking events where you get the extra pressure with points and so on.
Meanwhile, Mark Selby still has the problem of this final red, which he needs to clinch this 4th frame. Yeah, he was unlucky not to get the cannon correct and push the red in more into the open. I thought he might have just
17.
settled for the blue, possibly played the double. Now the big question is, will he go for this? This could rattle and leave things on. It's frame ball though, if it goes in. No, he's prepared to wait. That's a typical Mark Selby.
17.
He doesn't care how long it takes to win the frame or how many visits.
Yes, that's playing the percentages, isn't it? And well, he's played them pretty well down the years. Certainly did last season, winning the UK Championship and the Masters, of course, within a few weeks of one another.
Yes, massive disappointment for him though in the World Championship, going out early, looking for the Triple Crown. You never know, might do it all again this year. He's good enough. Will have the potential to do it all again. Don't get too many chances to win a Triple Crown though in our game, David. It's because there's so many good players around now.
Well, to win 2 of the 3, I thought was
Yeah,
some going. So,
absolutely.
As you say, at the end of the season, World Championship, a lot of snooker have been played. He wasn't quite there. Lost to Barry Hawkins second round, but he's in control here. He's 30-0 up with 35 on, and he snookered him. Oh.
Well, great way to win the frame in the end.
Well, it looked a pretty good escape, but that was a great pot. Could have done with a colour though, because, well, one snooker to tie. Oh. He's okay. I thought for a minute he was riding me on the pink. So, as I say, 27 on, 31 the difference.
Well, that's a great angle on the green. He can stun him behind the brown here. Needs to try and get this white tight to the brown as well, to stop Mark from coming off the obvious cushion. No, he's done well. Has he gone a fraction far? Can Mark get down this left-hand side? I think he might be able to. It was unlucky there. It needed a good touch, and it wasn't far away. But this is fairly easy to hit. The only danger where there was if he glanced off the green and went in off. So still that one snooker needed here then. Of course that would be to force a respot unless Mark were to hit anything big. He's got all the shots, David, and look at that for thinking as well. That's a nicely laid snooker.
Well, he's played a lot of snooker as an amateur, I think, and we've already seen quite a bit of maturity from him. Well, it was a good hit, little fortuitous to get the full ball snooker. Doesn't help when you need snookers. Look at that.
It's not the good players you've got to sort out, you know, it's the lucky ones. Unfortunately, Henry was lucky and good at the same time. Or good and lucky, whichever, but he made his own luck, I can assure you. Yeah, this is not that easy to hit. Middle pocket in the way to come off the side cushion, of course. I think the pink is just masking a chance to get there with side, so it's either top cushion or off 2 cushions. Oh, he's going off the 1. He could easily miss this. And well, there you go.
Foul.
Yeah, Mark was a little bit lucky there to get that
Selby
snooker.
4.
So I think that's just made the difference now. Well, the 4 points still needs to go on Mark Selby's scoreline. It should be 35-2, not 31-2. Because there was 29 in it before. It only needed 1 snooker. So at the moment the graphic is not correct. 2 snookers required here by Noppon.
This is what I was saying at the start, though. You know, 6-red snooker generally is much quicker, but a long battle for snookers is a long battle for snookers. Doesn't matter how many reds you started with, because none of the other rules have changed. It's the same game, just 9 fewer reds. They did experiment early on with the ball in hand after fouls and things like that, but they decided to keep it relatively traditional.
Well, our graphic is still wrong at the moment. Oh, he's put it up now. He's done it. Put another 50p in the meter, I think. But there's 30 points in it, 22 on, so still 2 snookers required here. It's a tie, but of course he could pop the brown, try and lay the snookers on the blue.
Yeah, we're about to find out, I think, when he's going to do that or not.
Seven.
Well, that's not bad. But he can't roll directly into the behind the pink. I think he's going to have to play a little half stun shot just to hold behind the pink. Of course, it's more difficult now with only 3 balls on the table rather than 4. Well, again, he needed to get that white tight to the pink there. Fairly easy to hit for Mark off the side cushion. Mind you, we've seen these miss before. Yes, well played. There's definite room behind the black for snookers. Needs to roll. Well, that was a great effort. He had a good angle there as well, just not hard enough. Of course, Mark, all he has to do really is just keep the blue away from the other 2 colours. Strong favourite for this 4th frame to lead 3-1.
Well, a definite chance now to kill it off once and for all. There's not many players really that get the better of him in a safety duel, and he's won this one, so he's going to be 3-1 up. No intervals, of course, here in the 6 reds. They carry on, but clearly Selby in the driving seat.
11. End of frame.
So Mark Selby goes 2 frames clear once again. Fans here wondering if there's going to be any local success this week. There might not be in this match. Noppon Saengkham has it all to do here. It's Mark Selby, the world number 2, who leads by 3 frames to 1.